Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. I'm excited to present our top 10 tricks and tools for QuickBooks Enterprise. I think we've got some good stuff in here that maybe will give some great nuggets too. All right, so let's get rolling on this. We're going to count down. Number 10. Stock status by item report. Now this is not necessarily a trick, but I would say it is a good tool. If you haven't ever looked at this report, I'd encourage you to do so. It's a fantastic report, especially for those of you that work heavily in inventory. You can see a quick snippet of one of those reports from our demo file. Look at all the different things that you can see in just one report. It is probably the handiest report to have to manage your inventory. Number 9, set your personal view. Okay, so we're going to go to the View tab, Edit Preferences, and Desktop View to set these. Give you a quick show of how we do that. So go to the view. You'll see you have some options on how to set your icon bar. I'd like to set mine on top to give myself the most real estate in the page. Although I also like to put that open windows in here so I can see everything that's open and switch easily between. Another helpful feature is if you go over to the preferences, you can change the color of your screen of this program outline. Very helpful, especially if you are using multiple files at one time. Number 8, shortcuts. I have included a page here of my favorite shortcuts. There's tons more. If you Google, you will find at least a few pages of these. These are the ones that I like to use all the time. You'll see a shortcut for creating an invoice, getting to your chart of accounts, opening a journal. Actually, that opening a journal at Control-Y is one that I use all the time. If you are uncertain about what's going on in the back end or how things are ending up on your reports from a transaction, hit that Control-Y. It will show you the debits and credits behind it. You do new transactions, copy paste for universal product information, find, all real good. And don't forget to use the shortcuts for scrolling through days of the week, month, or year. Number 7, batch enter transactions. For those of you who have had to enter a lot of information quickly into here, I hope that you have found this one. If you go over here to batch enter transactions, you'll notice there's different transaction types. And first thing, customize those columns. Think in terms of what information do you need to have in here. Get rid of anything you don't. Maybe you're trying to line it up with a spreadsheet. Get it all set up so you can copy paste. Now look at here. Once you have this data in, it's pretty easy to navigate through and add the data. It'll also let you copy down, which is a very helpful tool. You can do duplicate, you can do clear. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And don't forget, you have different transactions that you can scroll between as well. There we go. Okay. Number 6, customize your icons. Okay, so this next nifty feature can be found under View, and that is this Customize Icon Bar. So we want to be able to utilize this bar, all the real estate on this page, for the important things. That's going to save you time and clear your mind of some of this excess stuff. So you can see kind of what's up here right now, but let's go ahead and see what else we could add. So I'm going to select the add button, and let's just go ahead and say we want the bank feeds to be on that bar. So you can see now that it has been added right here after the profit and loss. Notice you could put a separator on here, move that space around. If you want to move stuff around, you can absolutely do that. But it looks like we already have that on here, so let's try to add something different. Let's add find transactions. That's another good one. Okay, so here we got it. Now here's another handy thing that you can do. Let's say that you are in reports and you have a report you like to use all the time, and let's say you just want to do last week, so we're going to memorize this one for last week. And this could be anything. This is just an example of one particular report. You can get this how you want it, memorize it, and then if you go over here to view, you can add this to your bar. So now we can put it up here. You can change the label if you want, and there you have it. Number 5, the income tracker and the bill tracker. This favorite of mine is very handy, especially if you're a visual person like I am. And you will find this under Customers, Income Tracker. So if we do this, we get a nice layout of what you have available and open for these different types of transactions. So you can see right here, we have 3 sales orders that are open. We could change the date if you want. Now we can do different things to them. For example, if we select this, it gives us an option, which doesn't want to work at the moment. There it is, to batch email to them. All right. You can see we can also scroll between some other ones. So if we would decide we want to move into invoices, it will take us on over to that. Okay. So it's just a hyperlink here, but this is very easy to see. I like it especially when you have a lot of estimates because you can actually batch close them. So if you select this, it will allow you to mark all of those as inactive, which is very handy to do. Here you can see what we have in open invoices. Again, real handy to see. You can sort by due date. And automatically we know, we've got one back here from 2026. So for our sample file, that's pretty old. And can do things right from here. See, receive payment, print, email. Or we could come in here and we can batch email them. So again, really handy. Nothing showing overdue, nothing showing paid. But really a good report to use. Similarly, you'll find the same thing essentially under vendors for bill tracker. So here you have purchase orders, open bills, right? Anything overdue, paid. This makes it very handy to find. And again, you can kind of scroll here and jump to some different transactions if you need to as well. So it's just overall a really good screen to use. Number 4, Company Snapshot. The next little tool or helpful hint I'd like to bring to your attention is the Company Snapshot. I'm surprised how many people don't use this, so I want to make sure everyone knows about it. So let's go to Reports, because that's where we'll find it. And right under here you will see Company Snapshot. Select it. And here you're going to find some graphical displays of your data. Really helpful again for those visual people such as myself.
you can see there are some very helpful reports here, segmented into different areas you might want. Right here under company, you can see we have the income and expense trends, previous year income comparison, customers who owe money, balances, top customers by sale, previous year expense comparison, expense breakout. You can easily see what you're spending the most on. Like here, it's obviously job expenses. And you can change the dates just right by clicking inside of it. There's more content on this page alone. So let's see. Some of these are there. How about income breakdown? That's not there. That could be added in. Oops, I missed one. Best-selling items. Let's see what that would look like. That's what it's going to look like. Maybe that's going to be helpful for us to know on an easy dashboard here. Top vendors by expense, vendors to pay, reminders. Very cool little features here. Then you have some more here under payments. So other quick links that'll take you right to some functions that you might need to do. You can see some short links to receivable reports, either summary or detail. So let's just jump to AR aging. Takes you right to that report. Customers who owe money, payment reminders, AR by aging, recent transactions, and some more content you could choose. We have most of these already in. So another real helpful screen that you can just easily jump to. And customers, let's not forget about our customers. So some detail about Miss Christy Abercrombie. We can go to more details and get her full information if we chose to, right from there. You can search through here, sales summaries, and right here's the person. If we want to switch it to different client, you can do that and see what is going on with her. So again, real cool options here. I just encourage everyone to take a look at it, play around with it, and see if you can't make some really helpful dashboards for your business.
Now we're up to 3. You're down to 3. Memorize transactions. Fantastic tool. Let me show you a couple ways here.
Okay. This can be a powerful feature in QuickBooks and can save a lot of time. And there's a lot of ways to use it. Here's a couple examples. So right here you can see an invoice created for Christina Andres. And let's say that Christina is a monthly pest control customer. So we have generated an invoice for her monthly services of $75. Now this is generated for December 1st, 2026. It's one invoice. However, she gets this service done every single month. Well, we don't want to have to come in January and put all of these in. That's a lot of time and effort, especially if you've got 100 different customers. So what we can do instead is come on over here, put in the format that you want it to be. We've saved it, and now I'm going to memorize it. You'll see it'll ask us to create this transaction. We can automate, which is very helpful. And we can tell it we want it to show up every single month. Our next date, since we're doing this monthly, let's put this on January 1st. If we're only doing it for, say, they have a contract period of 6 months, we can say we only want 5. That's all that we're going to do now. If you want this to be generated in advance, you can put that in as well. So if we go ahead and go, okay, now what will happen is when January 1st comes around, that invoice is going to be automatically generated for you. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what that memorized transaction actually looks like. You can find it here under list and go to memorized. The one we just entered was this one. See, it says it was automated. Our next date is going to be January 1st, and it tells us exactly what it is. If we want to see it, we can edit from here. We can delete it, or we can put in more information. So if we edit it, it's going to tell us what it needs to be. The other way you could do, another way I should say that you can do this is to use this as a template. Let's say you have a really complicated invoice that you generate, or maybe you're doing sales receipt or journal entries. Maybe you're doing some long payroll journal entries. You can use this the same way by memorizing it, but instead of putting it into a specific date, you can put it into a reminders list, or to do not remind me, or to just a regular group. Okay, so let's just say do not remind me. And now whenever you want to do it, you just click it and it will automatically generate. Put in whatever you need, save and close, and you've just generated that template for your current date. Another way you can use this is, let's say you have some accruals, some insurance, like in this particular case, and we have set it up, and every month we want this to automatically post a month worth of insurance out of our prepaid insurance account, liability account, and move it to the expense. Easy to do. You put the information in, memorize it, and here we will say insurance accruals, automate. We want this to happen every month. We'll do the next one, say January 1st. And now, oops, I guess that was from them. So we're doing it for the first of the year. Anyway, so now it's going to go ahead and populate for us automatically as a journal entry, and we don't even need to see this. Very, very helpful.
Number 2, add, edit multiple entries.
All right, so next is another favorite feature tool that I use quite often, and that is the add, edit multiple transaction, and you will find it under lists, add, edit multiple list entries. Now let me show you this handy feature. When we come in here, you will see it actually tells you can select a list. These are the different list options you have. Notice you have different views. You can put inactive, all, active only, whatever it happens to be. Makes this very handy. And you can paste from Excel. So you can modify these columns, let's say, and to match what you have in Excel. Move everything around, move it up, move it down, remove it, whatever it is that you want to do. And then you could copy and paste the information right over here, which is so handy to do. It's also great to be able to see your data easily. You can know what needs to be updated. You can see where you're missing information. So, for example, let's look at inventory. This is one of the ones I use probably the most. So in this section, we've got some inventory parts. We could sort by category, cost, price. Check your mappings. This is great to check mappings. Do we have everything going to a cost of goods sold account like we want? Is everything going to an income account like we want? Is everything going to an asset account? Very helpful. Quantity on hand. Check this one, guys. If you've got inventory, sort right here, and you can easily see if you've got some inventory that's in the negative, right? And if you're really good at keeping up with this, challenge yourself. Change it to inactive. Do you see anything that has quantity on hand? Well, you'll be surprised how often that comes up, and it makes it so that it's so easy to find. Same thing with inventory assemblies. You can handle it the same way. Vendors. We need to update. Maybe we want to update or add in who our preferred vendor is. You can just put it on in here. Again, just very, very helpful. Or copy paste stuff over from Excel. Don't forget this one, guys. It's a life changer.
And number 1, anybody have any ideas what that could be? Accountant Toolbox. Why is this my favorite? Let me show you. This will let you do review list changes, troubleshoot prior balances, fix unapplied, reclassify transactions, write off invoices, batch delete and void, clear up undeposited funds, fix incorrectly applied sales tax, troubleshoot inventory, merge your vendors. Tons of great stuff.
All right, so excited to get in here and show you some of these. We don't have time to go through all of those. That might be just a whole nother session by itself, but let me show you just a few. Accounting tools, Reclassify. This is huge, huge, huge. You can see, put in your time frame, we're looking for expense accounts, and select that, and all of the transactions in that time period that fall under that category show. And how this is huge is, let's say we come on over to delivery fee and we realize, oh man, this should not be here. Well, we can just select these and move them under here. And let's say we're going to move this to, I don't know, let's put it to office supplies. Doesn't really make sense, but that's what we're going to do. And it automatically moves it for you. Super easy to use. Also great for changing your classes. You can see you have the option down here to change a class. Right here to whatever we want it to be. So sort by class, maybe something is not right, or we want everything in here, select all, to go to a different class. We'll put it to maintenance, reclassify. Ta-da, done for you. Really, really great to use, especially year end. Go through and just check everything, see how everything's lining up. Does it make sense? It makes it very easy and visual to see if you've got stuff put into the wrong category, so you can stay consistent. All right, jumping around to another one real quick. Fix Unapplied. Have you ever run an accounts receivable report or accounts payable report and noticed that maybe you have a bunch of zeros? That might be because you have some payments that are not applied to the invoice, right? On either the vendor side or the customer side. You can come here and scroll through it. Anything that is not applied to another transaction, like this is the bills, right? Bills, and these would be payments. You can see them. Now there's nothing here to apply it to, but here perhaps this check was actually meant to apply towards this bill. What you would do is just check them off and hit apply, and now that's already taken care of for you. Okay, some of these are obvious, some of them are not. Really great tool to use for cleanup, and you'll notice you can do it for both customers and vendors. Okay, I think I have time for maybe one more. Let's see. Merge vendors. How many of you have found that you just have a ton of the same vendors, right? That maybe somebody's put in through the time and it's the same thing, but here it shows. Let's say Cal Gas and Electric and Cal Oil are actually the same. Select it. Next. It's going to ask you, which one do you want to keep? Well, let's do this one. It's got more information in it, so we're comparing, making sure everything looks good. And we can tell it right now to merge it. And now everything has come over into one. Real easy, helpful cleanup, guys. So many more to check out. Maybe we'll do another video on just that.
Thank you so much for your attention today. Have a wonderful day.